Today I wanted to spend some time and talk about what is, in my opinion, the best starter keyboard for anyone who wants to get into the mechanical range and doesn't want something that sounds really bad, because I've tested out quite a few. Around about a year ago I bought 5 mechanical keyboards to see which one was the best, and this was anywhere between the ranges of £20 through to £100. And this, which is the higher and more expensive one, which is the Keychron K2, which in my opinion is the best starter entry into mechanical keyboards, is all round, as you'd expect, being the most expensive, the one that sounded the best, and as well as that, the best build quality. The other 4 were really bad, one really cheaply made, secondly sounded terrible, and none of them came close to how well this sounds, performs, and overall just is as a keyboard. This wasn't my first actual foray though into mechanical keyboards. For ages I was just using the Razer keyboards, which I had for quite a while. Those were the keyboards of choice that I had probably for about 5 to 6 years, and yes, I used to love them. I can't stand them now. Ever since I've gone down this range of keyboard, this is cheaper than pretty much most of the Razer keyboards I've ever owned. Sounds so much nicer. You don't have the extremely clanky metal sound all the time. All round prefer this. Yes, you could argue the build quality of the Razers are higher quality because they are made out of full metal, but you can get a full metal version of this as well. However though, this is kind of my first proper entry into mechanical keyboards in a way, because even though it's not the first one that I've owned, it is the first one that has been bought out of the just kind of desire to have a nicer sounding mechanical keyboard, having done more research around them as well, and I'm now looking to build my own one in the future. So if any of you do know how to build a keyboard or know anything about them in general, I've been doing some research. However, I don't know exactly what I want to do, and if I want to go down the full route of building it from scratch and soldering things, or if I want to just find something that allows me to kind of build it like a Lego piece in a way. With this keyboard you are getting just a basic plastic case, which isn't surprising for the price range. When I bought it, it was £85, it is now £95 instead. I'd still highly recommend it for that price. I ended up getting the red switches instead. Personally, I think these sound way better than the other two. I've heard the other two online anyway, I haven't obviously heard them in person, and they just don't sound anywhere near as good. You can end up getting one that sounds similar to, let's say, the Razer keyboards if you wanted to. If you wanted this sort of feel and look, however you wanted the more clankier, more metal sound, then you can get, I believe it was the brown switches, I'm not 100% sure, but one of the other switches does sound a lot more like those. This sounds though a lot more thockier, as a lot of people would like to say. Now what you do end up getting with this though is a 75% keyboard, which honestly I ended up liking more than I thought I would. I used to be someone who used to use the actual numpad quite a lot, purely because at my job I got really used to being able to type on the numpad without having to look at it. So when I ended up getting rid of it, that was a bit of an issue. However, I don't really use it anywhere near as often. I don't use like numbers on my computer that often anyway, so it's not something I have to think about very often. So all round I can't really complain. You can also get like additions anyway, and just kind of, you can make your own little side bit that can connect as well. But all around, the thing that I actually really love about this, which is available on many other keyboards out there, so it's not just exclusive to this, but is the fact that I can connect it to my MacBook, to my PC, and also to things like my iPad and so on, and just use it as a all-round keyboard for everything that I want to use it with, instead of, let's say, my old Razer keyboards where I had to have them plugged in all the time. And even the wireless ones, I believe that they release now, are all pretty much just one connection and or just a USB dongle instead that allows you to connect it that way. But as I mentioned earlier, I am looking to build my own keyboard in the future, so if any of you do know anything about that, make sure to let me know down below what you'd recommend when it comes to websites, where to buy and everything like that. What I do want to go for is just white keycaps with a black metal exterior. I just think that it's a really clean look. I think it would fit in really well over here with things like the white and black PC and so on, so yeah. But anyway, the Keychron K2 is, in my opinion, the best starter keyboard for anyone looking to go down the mechanical route, and as well as that, if you want a Bluetooth keyboard that is going to actually do the job well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and do subscribe for more content on the channel. I upload videos weekly to this channel, so if you are interested, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.